Good day to everyone, whoever may see this video in future. This video is going up barely a few minutes after completing this specific game, and I thought this is as good a video as I can post, showcasing the power of the OG battleship that's been in the game basically from the start of World of Warships. It wasn't the first one out, but it followed hot on the heels of ships like the Yamato, etc. Now, here's the thing. This ship, when it initially came out, had a massive citadel that was raised above the waterline, and people didn't really like playing this ship because slight errors in positioning would see you get blapped for massive citadel hits. And I was one of those players that got hit that badly, but that said, I played this ship back then, shortly after I started playing World of Warships. By that time there was other battleships available at tier 10 as well, and I decided to grind for those rather, those ships that weren't so easily citadel from range or mid-range or even close. Like the Kurfürst with its turtleback armor, etc. Now, Wargaming then, a couple years ago, decided to lower the citadel a slight tad just to give the Montana some of its longevity back. And the ship turned into a monster. It is still a very reliable, very hard-hitting ship. It doesn't have the same gun caliber as something like a Kurfürst, a Yamato, a Kremlin, a Conqueror, Thunderer, none of those ships. It comes with probably the lowest gun caliber for a tier 10 battleship, non-premium, normal tech tree line. But what makes them so special is their insane penetration and how hard they hit and the accuracy of the guns. They are extremely reliable. So what you can see here, I'm perching myself up next to this island, and I want to take a pot shot on the Shimakaze, but I'm thinking it's going to turn out at some point, and there is something bigger over there that requires my attention, something that can actually remove my DD from the game, which is the Moskva. So I thought, well, let's rather make him back up a little bit. Let him focus on me rather than trying to kill my Shima. And that was a massive hit. Just goes to show, angled, the Moskva can't even keep these guns at bay. I see the Salem and I'm considering sending a salvo his direction, but I'm thinking let's keep the pressure on the Moskva. I just chunked him. Let's see whether or not I can't do something significant to him to make him back up even further. His radar should have gone by now, so I have no idea why the Shimakaze is still spotted, but anyway. Another big hit on the Moskva. And I want to get one more off before he disappears, and he disappears slightly, but he comes back on, and I'm thinking let's just send a blind shot and see what happens. I get set on fire with one shell. I don't really repair it, I don't see the need for it right now, and I get a blind fire citadel on the Moskva again. Now I've taken him for about 60,000 already. And I'm eyeing the Salem thinking he's going to make a massive mistake pretty soon. But there's the Moskva. I'm thinking, nah, let's just send him one more. He's on 10,000 health. I only need him to I need to take him for 10k and then he's dead. But what do? I take him for 10k, but not enough to die. So the Salem pushes out into the smoke. He doesn't spot me because of the smoke. And I cannot wait for my guns to come back online. He's thinking he's going to sneak this cap while sitting in smoke. Big mistake, buddy. Huge mistake. And that is what this ship is so amazing at. One-shotting any misplay from any cruiser within a 15 kilometer radius of the ship. The one ship that I do know is going to be a little bit more difficult to hit reliably, and especially for large chunks, is the Venezia, because it's such a maneuverable ship. And if that ship is piloted by anyone with half a brain cell, they would know where shots are coming from, and they would be able to maneuver with time to spare. So I'm just having a look to see who there is that I can shoot at, and I see the Kurfürst. I probably shot a little bit too low on this salvo, but I do get a hit in, decent-ish for something that's bow in. And I'm just thinking, Shima torps, possibly down that channel. Keep the ship angled for as long as I possibly can, and try and avoid whatever may have been sent down that channel. I see the Kurfürst is about to turn broadside again, but above the island. So I send one, but now I'm keeping an eye on the Venezia, the Shima, and the Kurfürst. I'm not worried about the Conqueror yet. He's way too far back, playing like a typical Conqueror player, trying to set things on fire, and not wanting to trade any of its own HP. But this Kurfürst seems to be fixated on that Petropavlovsk in our cap. And I'm waiting until I'm sure that I can get a decent hit in on him. Which I do, almost 20k. But he's busy healing up. And the strange thing to me is he knew he just got hit from over that island. But there he is, parked, broadside in front of me. And his guns aren't even turning my way. He hasn't even set his secondaries on me at all. I'm thinking, well, thank you very much. I shall take this opportunity and take you out of the game. And it didn't quite work. I feel a little bit robbed there. So I can already see there's not going to be much of a chance of us losing this game. Venezia is on the outskirts. Not really looking to influence the game too much. He can't really push into a Yamato, no matter how maneuverable he is. The closer he gets, the easier he's going to become to hit. And yeah, I am in my ship trying to get a reliable hit in on him. And for some reason, he turns out in a way that makes it almost impossible for me to hit him. I would have expected at least one shell to graze him. But regardless, didn't work. So I'm thinking Shima around, last spotted well north of the island in front of me. CV might spot him if he's out of his smoke. If he's still in the smoke, then I feel I could get into sea and start contesting the cap. You know, like any good battleship do when you do get the opportunity. And that was a massive hit on the Conqueror at 16 kilometers. Just goes to show how reliable these guns still are. He sends AP my direction. Glad to see he's not shooting HE. Midway, looking to make an escape. Conqueror eats a couple of big torps. And the Cyclone hits. I'm thinking, please, 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 guns back online before Conqueror disappears. Please, 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 just a little bit quicker, little bit quicker, little bit quicker, little bit quicker. And I send it right as he disappears. See, now the planes will spot you, but the enemy ships won't necessarily have a dialed in position for you. They can see a rough idea of where you may be on the map, and they can see your little icon moving, but the Shima, for instance, won't be able to reliably send any torpedoes on a torpedo guide. Battleships would have to shoot blind, that sort of thing. So I'm now not that worried. I'm putting my nose in towards the middle of the cap. But then something catches my eye to the left. I see that the Conqueror is broadside. I could try and close the distance on him and maybe take him out of the game. Speed things up a little bit. And then something strange happens. Thunderer and Montana appears next to him, and I'm thinking, this is 3 ships. Do I really want to fight 3 of them at this point in time? So I'm doing a little bit of mathematics. It looks as if the ship that's going to enter my 8-kilometer range first is going to be the Conqueror. So I just take a little bit of blind shot on him, and I do set him on fire, as it turns out. And now I know the Conqueror is not really going to be an issue. He's going to end up fighting the Zao and the Summers. And I need to make a plan here against the Thunderer and the Montana. Problem. I can't see which way they are going. It looks as if the Thunderer might be going straight into B, and the Montana might be coming straight towards me, but I don't know if I'm going to end up creating a crossfire on myself. So I wanted to dodge into the B cap to try and get shots on the Thunderer, and lo and behold, the Montana pops up. Now this is where he should have had me dead to rights, because all he needed to do was keep his nose in and nail me while I'm trying to straighten my ship out towards him. He doesn't do that. I try and make the angle just a little bit greater, see if I can't create some sort of a bounce angle. Mitigated some of the damage on my nose. He sits broadside, busy healing up. And that, my friends, is that. Massive hit. And he's gone. Game finished. As you can see, results screen, 252,000 damage. Only the 2 kills, but I've probably been dropped 2 or 3 times there. Maybe could have had a Kraken if I were a little bit more lucky on certain kills. 2 cap defense, 9 citadels. 9. That is basically showing you how badly the enemy has misplayed, to the point where I could get in 9 citadels during the course of this game. So it's a big game. You know, not the most I've ever done in a battleship, but definitely a nice result. Here you'll see 2,700 base experience, more than 1,000 more than the second placed Skulpardin. And hopefully I've shown Skulpardin. If you rewind back to the start of this video, you'll see him in chats telling all dumb BB players that they need to shoot the destroyers when they see them. So hopefully I've shown him that I'm not that dumb of a player. Anyway, thanks guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.